Hello and welcome back. This is going to be the last video in our winter tire series. This video is based around a question that we often get when people are looking to purchase winter tires is, can I not just purchase winter tires, or do I have to purchase a winter tire and wheel package? So let's discuss this for a few minutes, John.
I mean, it is a valid question, and there is pros and cons to both sides of it. And I think a lot of it will come down to circumstantial, right? It's all based on the client's circumstances. And I mean, we've had this conversation many times, right? I mean, what happens to the tire when you're constantly putting it on and off?
Yeah.
What are the risks?
That's a big thing, right? When you're taking the rubber off of that wheel twice a year, you can expose the bead of that tire to stress that it really shouldn't be going through. Stretching it on and off that rim is a couple times a year. It's not good for the tire.
No, it's not good for the tire.
It's going to be susceptible to possibly leaking air past that bead.
I mean, you risk damaging it as well, right? I mean, you can't always control, not every process is 100% perfect. And unfortunately, it's not the technician's fault if something really happens to the bead, right? If you tear a bead, unfortunately, the cost is on the consumer, and you're going to have to be buying a new tire. I mean, it's just part of the risks associated with it, right? The other thing too is that length of time, right? That appointment now tripled the length of time that appointment would take if it was just on a wheel and tire package, right? So clients in the wintertime, there's a lot of rushing, there's a lot of running around, right? We got Christmas shopping to deal with, so people start that like they started early. Back to school happens, and just getting the hockey programs and all those extracurricular activities, and a lot of the times the shorter we can make that visit, the more beneficial it is.
Which is the great thing about having dedicated rims and tire package. It goes into storage, whether it's your storage at home, whether you got them in your garage or your shed. We have storage available here at Cambridge Center Honda. It just take the tires off the car, put the new ones on, set the tire pressure sensors if your vehicle has that, and down the road. You're probably in and out in a half an hour.
Versus
an hour and a half, depending on a few different factors. So it's like we talked off camera. You're going to spend the money at some point. Either you spend it up front by buying a winter tire and rim package, or you spread it out over the life of the winter tire. You're going to spend it at some point.
I mean, what does a swap cost here at Cambridge Center Honda?
For around $70. Okay,
and then when you're talking about just a rotation, or like when it's on a full mounted packages,
$30-$40 depending on a few circumstances. But
so when we're spending the dismount and remount fees twice a year versus a rotational fee twice a year, I mean, the cost is there. I mean, it just like you said, it just whether we spend it up front or whether we distribute it over the cost of the life of the tires, right? So
in some circumstances, like for instance, some people who lease a vehicle, they want the sure-footedness and knowing that they've got winter tires in their car, but they don't want to put all the extra money out. If it's a leased vehicle through a leasing company, put the winter tires on, just use rubber.
Absolutely.
No problem. Again, it all comes down to circumstances, right?
Absolutely.
So it all depends on what happens in your circumstance. And that's something that as advisors here at Cambridge Center Honda, we will walk through that with you when you want to make that decision. So if you're waffling on whether or not to buy winter tires, don't hesitate to give us a call. Send us an email. Give us a call. Talk to one of the people in the parts department, the service advisors. They'd be more than willing to talk to you for a few minutes and find out your situation and tailor something specifically for your specific situation.
I mean, the other beauty is they don't necessarily have to buy them all at once, right? They could buy the tires this season and then buy the wheels next season.
I've done that many times because the cost sometimes can be prohibitive. But you can buy the winter tires, and the next season you go for the rims, and then you've got yourself a set over the course of 2 years versus one. So that can happen too. So anyways, thank you very much for joining us in this series of winter tire and wheel videos. We've had a lot of fun doing it. Thank you so much, John, for joining me and doing this for us. And if there's, like I said many times, if there's any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Talk to somebody in the parts department. Send us an email to parts@cambridgecenterhonda.com, and we'd be more than happy to walk through the whole process with you and help you make the right decision for your specific situation. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.